Hello there and welcome back to the Zero Credentials F1 podcast. You have Adam and Nelly joining you to avoid battery chat, hopefully entirely.
No way. No.
Mate, we've had a 4-week break, as most people. I'm just going to kill the music because I've been watching some content, as I normally do, on YouTube about Formula One. Good God, has it been boring? The battery, I've got battery chat overload. My buzz is in tatters. Absolute tatters.
We need to talk about the sport again, but we can't. You can't not dance around the issue. You have to mention it in some way, and that's killing it. It's horrible.
I know. One thing I did notice that when you go on YouTube and you look at some of these videos from the likes of Sky Sports F1 or The Race or some of the other bigger channels, people in the comments are fuming. They're absolutely livid and they're not holding back. No. Just saying that the FIA have ruined it, F1 have ruined it. And I'm inclined to agree with them. Like, I'm cross. Because we had the shenanigans prior to this in Japan and stuff. They've apparently met up over this like enforced break because of the warmongers and agreed some changes, which I know you have a few details on, and I would be pleased if you would share those. But as far as I can tell, their fix for these shitty, at times slow cars is to make them slower.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah. Let's slow everything down. Yeah. Because that's precisely what the sport needs right now, is to be slowed down. Well, it's to ostensibly slow it down, but their 100% goal of the tweaks that they've made for Miami, as far as I can understand it, and I'm sending myself to sleep as I'm going to discuss these, is to reduce the closing speeds of vehicles that aren't clipping and are clipping. So it's naturally going to make everything slower between cars in close proximity. So the first one they've done is, it sounds counterintuitive, but they're going to increase the super clipping harvesting rate to 350 fucking megajoules. No. 350 kilowatts.
Man, it shouldn't matter, should it? It just should not matter.
Let's just say it was 250 things and now it's 350 things. But in allowing it to harvest more things, it means that at the end of the straight, it doesn't have to stop itself because it's harvested too much.
Who's driving the car? Is it the machine? No, is it the computer, or is it?
It's fucking AI racing. It's bullshit. It's we just drivers are not required. So
I don't know if you saw. Obviously, Max Verstappen has been pretty vocal about these regulations.
Yes,
he did some more racing at the Nürburgring. Did you see it?
I didn't see it. I saw one lap where he was basically having fun with another one of the hypercars.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, and like they were kind of overtaking each other. And it just looked like stonking good fun.
It's real racing.
Yeah. It's like, it's not hard to understand why he's thinking of, because he's made a shit ton, he's made his money, he's set up for life. Now he just wants to have some fun.
Yeah. But
and that's
now
what
they're just taking all the fun. You can still have the money, Max, but just all the fun has to go away. No. It should be the pinnacle. It's fucking bullshit. But yeah. So that's the first one. It should means they can harvest more, which means that the super clipping doesn't kick in. So at the end of the straights, they should be giving it full pelt, and they shouldn't have to lift and coast in that terrible way.
But overall, they're going slower. Is that right?
Yes, they will, because they still have to harvest it. But it adds to the second bit. So the second bit is they're going down from 8 megajoules to 7 megajoules, which is how much they can use on a lap. And so if you had 7 of something and you previously had 8, and you've still got 50-50 engine power pack ratio, you are going slower.
What was the thing that they got rid of from last year? The MG something or other. Why the reason we're having these crazy Mario Kart starts, and some of them are getting bogged down. Didn't they remove an electric bit?
Yeah, because you could use a bit of a boost.
And it span up the turbo, didn't it, with the battery basically last year, and they've removed that. And I think it was Audi that were vocal about wanting rid of that and they said because it has no real world application. That was their argument, that they shouldn't have that. Now the other day, I watched a Drive Tribe video, which is Richard Hammond's sort of YouTube channel, and he was driving the new Porsche 911.
Oh yeah.
And he described that exact thing that this road car has, where it like uses the electric motor to spin up the turbo so you get instant power on this hybrid 911. And it's like, they're lying to us. And that's Audi that were vocal about that. And Audi and Porsche, aren't they both Volkswagen?
Oh yeah, they're still part of the Volkswagen group.
We're just being gaslit at every stage just for this absolute bullshit.
Their PR people just waving, going, "No, I promise it's better. I promise it's better." It's not fucking better, because they actually reversed that now, in a sort of way. So there is the spying on people again, the FIA. So because of the horrific starts that we've seen, and people either showing heroic ability to get out of the way of essentially stalled cars, or somebody's trickling their way away from the start line, terrified that a car's going to ram them at 150 miles an hour up the rear hoop. They've now done a anti-start detection thing. So basically, if you are suspiciously slow in starting, then the software that blocks this MGU thing goes away, and so you automatically get 50 kilowatts of power to help you get away.
I heard about that today. What you want, right, to fix the arbitrary manipulation of these machines is to increase the level of arbitrary manipulation that happens at the start. Yeah. It's like you're trying to fix this shit system from within this shit system, and it's not going to work.
But they're trying to say that people are deliberately trying to go a bit too slow, like there's some sort of traction control system. So what do? You dump any traction control that they have by immediately giving them a massive spike in power. They're already panicking, their foot's to the floor, and they're thinking, fuck, I can't start this vehicle. Somebody's coming up behind me. And then immediately they get something which will no doubt provoke a wheel spin.
And they're then saying that's not going to be... You're not going to be able to gain an advantage. Mm-hmm. But then what's measuring the level of advantage you get? Because obviously it's giving you some advantage, because otherwise you would have stalled and not moved. So It is giving you some advantage. But then what measures, oh no, you've had enough advantage there, mate. We're going to slow you down a bit again. Yeah. Because you're starting to go too fast. You're going too fast in front of the person. Like, what do you know what I mean? Like what thing, AI or computer or person is making that decision?
Well, and the computers have won.
Yeah, but that's affecting the racing.
Yeah.
These like every time a little computer's making a decision about what's happening,
it's Skynet, mate.
Racing losers. Do you know what I mean?
Skynet. It was a documentary, not a film. Skynet's come to take over. We're just going to be, we're just going to have to watch this shit. I mean, somebody said it in the right way and said, listen, the engine, the drivetrain is locked in for this year. They can only really manipulate the software. It demands a fundamental reshoot next year. But
mate, they knew about this. Yeah, they knew about it years in advance. Yeah, I was watching.
But they needed it for Audi to sign it into the series.
Yeah, I mean, that is what's happening. It's a mixture of these nonsense regulations that is some sort of like energy restriction combined with the disgustingness of failed money and shit like that. But
I love the way that ethics can absolutely escape them the minute that the TV ratings drop, the minute that the fans are losing their mind, the minute that the drivers are threatening to walk out after the Ollie Behrman crash. I mean, they have ethics all day long until they go, oh, it's going to affect my paper stack here, so we're going to have to change something quick.
Yeah. They'll forget about their green ambitions, won't they? Pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
I'm here for it. I'm here for that to disappear. But I saw Anthony Davidson on one of the Sky Sports podcasts saying that he obviously works in the simulator for Mercedes, and he'd been in the simulator a lot, and he'd said like all of last year when I was testing these cars in the simulator, I was warning the FIA and Mercedes that this is what
was the feedback.
Yeah, that this is what was going to happen, and that all of the teams knew it as well. And the FIA, I honestly don't know what they're thinking.
It's the corporate environment, governance, and social thing.
But isn't that the whole point of the FIA?
Over.
Isn't that the whole point of the FIA? Is to counter that, isn't it?
Yeah.
F1 with Liberty Media, they're the commercial side of things.
These are the sporting directors.
Yeah,
these are meant to keep it sporting.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's gone. It's completely gone. Well, yeah. So they've got that start thing. That's the third one. The fourth one is they've fiddled with boost, so you can only use it in certain parts of the racetrack. But so what? We couldn't really tell the difference at the time. And then a couple of things to do with wet races. So they decided previously not to turn down the power, the electric deployment during wet conditions, and anyone could have told you that more power, more torque, and a slippery surface it's just going to be fucking carnage. So they've decided to turn that down by 40% in wet races. 40% down.
I don't care.
It's not
it's not the computer or the car that should be getting turned down. It's the right foot of the driver.
Equally, these closing speed things, only recently, there was no brake lights on Formula One cars in any way, shape or form until the 90s. I appreciate that's a safety measure, but drivers, their talent is amazing reaction times. Their talent is being able to anticipate and predict.
Those amazing reaction times are now required to avoid a crash, though, because of these stupid rate, like Colapinto did. But unfortunately, Behrman didn't. So I appreciate you sort of taking us through that, but it is just not what we want to be talking about.
What we love is
yeah,
we should have been talking aero upgrades. We should have been talking fights in the pit. We should have been talking Kimi and George maybe getting tense with one another because they're so close and trying to pull rank in the team. We shouldn't be chatting about fucking energy.
We should be talking about drivers going balls to the wall as fast as they can because they're the best drivers in the world. And the beauty of Formula One is that you then have the teams with the most genius people in the entire world and best engineers in the world going balls to the wall to make the best machine extract the most out of the physical reality that they're operating within. But now we're talking about restricting. It's restricting. It's restricting. We need to turn it down. We need to do you know what I mean? It's like, no, that's the opposite of what F1's about. Literally. Like we want to push. We're pushing. We're not restricting. We're pushing.
Push the boundaries.
Yeah. And for the first time ever in F1, I think we're in that position. The cost cap, I think, is a different thing. Someone might argue, well, the cost cap was a restriction, but that was about, I think that's different. It's about creating a level playing field for more teams to be involved. And it's been relatively successful. I think that's a different thing. But
but we're dealing with programming now, which is mental, and to start regulate programming too much. I think I'd like to see a bit of. I don't know how they rescue it for the rest of the season. Let's see what happens in Miami. But I think one of the only things they can do and maybe should do is, as you've just alluded to, there are extremely smart, clever, sophisticated engineers in F1 who can make optimize almost any situation. Let's deregulate it. Let's deregulate how much you harvest. Let's deregulate how much you deploy. Let them decide, because there's a trade-off for all of it, and just say, right, you have to have a power unit with 50% combustion engine and 50% battery deployment. Other than that, go and do what you want.
Yeah,
go and do what you want, and they will figure it out, and they will optimize the race car. And in doing so, hopefully, that'll start bringing racing back, because they'll all go in the same direction. It all converges and narrows towards the end. They all get closer together.
Yeah, I would like to see. I mean, I think what Miami is important as a race because it's a sprint weekend. There's more racing. There's less time to chat. I think it needs to be a good race for the fans and for F1.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're at serious risk of viewership dropping off a cliff at the moment because people obviously that are only on the periphery of watching F1 are hearing about all this and they're just thinking, "Oh, that sounds nonsense. I'm not going to watch it." You got people like us, sort of lifelong, dedicated fans, unhappy. Like I said, you go on YouTube, the fan base just seems livid. And I think it needs to be a big weekend where basically the driver narrative, the stories that we love, the battles become a thing, and hopefully the battery chat and the car shenanigans will at least a little bit fade away. I think there then needs to be a promise that something's going to change. We can't have this for 4 years.
Yeah, no.
You're like
people will. I think the teams need to understand that as well. They know that there'll be a temporary development hiatus. Everyone can get on and do some development. We're going back to X next year. You spend caps thrown out for 1 year. We're going to rescue the sport. This is how we're going to do it. Like, I don't think I agree with you. Miami has to be big. I don't think it's 100% make or break for the sport, but it's not far off. Because people have shown the benefit of the doubt. If they've gone in the wrong direction completely with these tweaks, and I think that they could have, they may well have extracted with these tweaks the only interesting parts of the first 3 races of the season, which was some yo-yo overtaking. And
what, you think that's going to disappear?
They're trying to narrow the margins between everyone, so we couldn't. Worst case scenario is we end up with a procession. Literally a procession when nobody can go anywhere.
Miami is at particular risk of that as well, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a dog to overtake. It's really, really hard to overtake in Miami.
Yeah.
And I think they could have real problems this weekend. And yeah,
do you know what? I'm a fan of free markets, and the sponsorship of teams is essentially still a free market.
Yes.
So as soon as viewing figures drop and fans decide they're not interested, companies think, nah. And those sponsorships,
money talks.
Yeah, and those sponsorships start fading away, and that's probably going to be the signal that they'll need, rather than fans being annoyed. Because
when you have to let Marlboro and Benson and Hedges back on the cars because they're so skint.
It is annoying though sometimes when you see some mainstream outlets kind of, and this is happening in a lot of areas at the moment, like blaming fans almost. It's like, no, you don't know what you're talking about being grumpy. Yeah. You don't know what like it's somehow your fault for being negative because they've fucked up what we love so much. It's like...
It is. It's I've been reviewing the past 3 races and there are so many examples of seeing cars slow in the wrong areas because of the harvesting, there's so many things that are anathema to what I think F1 is. And whilst there was some decent racing in pockets, small bursts over the past 3 races, it feels contrived actually. Yes, there was overtaking, but when it's contrived overtaking, it's not as satisfactory.
No, it's the meaning starts to disappear. The signal for me, right, and this has happened to me in the past when I've had occasions where there's been certain people dominating and I've sort of dropped a bit of interest in F1 for a bit over the years. The signal for me is because I quite often have 2 screens on the go on a Sunday afternoon.
That's a real sport titan. That is
which sport is on the main screen, the TV? That's it. And if F1 drops from the main screen to the iPad and football or rugby or cricket or whatever, netball even, that gets promoted to the main screen.
Yeah,
that's the signal. That for me. I'm not going to stop watching it, but that's still a big signal for me.
It's like an old girlfriend you once had feelings for. You sort of keep an eye on them, but you're not that fussed. You're onto the new stuff.
Yeah, I'll Instagram stalk you for a while. See how it goes.
I'll see how badly you've turned in middle age, but that's about it.
Yeah. And if you start exercising again and you look hot, I'm gonna come knocking again.
I'm coming back. You're hitting the main screen. You're getting all that action. Nice.
Oh man, that's funny. We do have some predictions because this is essentially a prediction show. I think we had intended to make a couple of videos in between on this. It
was too depressing though, with all the noise that was going
there was nothing
around.
to talk about. I didn't want.
Other than batteries.
Yeah, we didn't want to waste your time. I think you went first, didn't you, on this week's?
I did.
It's a sprint race as well. So what have you gone for?
Well, based on the notion that I think these.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, before you do that, let's look at the current scores on the doors.
Ooh.
I've got a strong, just like last year.
Lead.
Just like last year, though. I had a Mario Kart start, and then
taken away from you. Well, I've rolled the dice this week because I'm gonna.
Go on then.
I'm gonna because I honestly haven't got a clue. But based on the notion that I haven't got a clue, I think the changes will dampen Mercedes' dominance. It'll start narrowing the field together. I think the Papaya will start come back in it again. But I honestly don't have a clue what's going to come out in first practice on Friday for this weekend. So I've got a proper mixed bag this week. So for the sprint, Lewis, because why not? Just roll the dice. I've got nothing to lose on there.
I'd love to see it.
And then for Paul, I've got George. I'm just hedging my bets there because he's obviously, I think he's still got the best pace.
Yeah.
Then the race itself, I've got George, then Kimi, then Lewis, then Oscar,
right,
and then Max.
He was strong. He was strong in Japan though. When he first finished a race, he was still on it, wasn't he?
I feel dirty for sort of writing Lando out of that as well, though. But
what was your fifth one? Sorry, I missed that.
Max, because you never write off the Verstappen.
No, that's true. That is true. Let's bring yours up. So you've gone Lewis for the sprint, George for pole, and then for the race, George, Kimi, Lewis, Oscar, and Max. And then White's went second, so I will read his out and bring them up. So he went for Kimi, so he's going Mercedes. Still believes the pace there. Kimi for the sprint, Kimi for pole, Kimi for the win.
Wow. And
then he's gone for George, Oscar, Lando, and Charles. So let me bring his, what's going on there. There we go. That's White's.
Yeah. Again, he's giving Max no love, and he thinks the Papaya Boys are back in town.
I think he's been right about Max so far, though, hasn't he? To be fair. And I've then gone for, if I can remember what I said, I've actually realised when I was putting the graphics together that I've gone pretty similar to what I went in Japan. So I've gone...
Paired nicely, though.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I've gone full George. I still think it's been... Kimi's obviously proven himself in the last few races as the real deal.
Title leader.
I still think George is no schmuck, though. He's coming back. So George for sprint, pole, and the win. Followed by Kimi. Mercedes, I think, is still going to be dominant. Oscar, third. Charles for fourth. And then Max for fifth. What my thinking is that I've left a couple of the British lads out. Lando and Lewis, notably. Because if they get in there, I'll still be happy.
Still win.
So it's win-win. Yeah. So I'm betting against my own team essentially, which I know is a bit of a bum move. But
well, it's good though because at the end of the season, like it's. I mean, I know this is only. It isn't for fun. It's for a fucking glorious trophy. So there's no fun. Deal. There's no fun involved.
No, this is serious, mate. This is really serious. Business.
I put my mortgage. I put my house on this season. Everything that I own, I'm betting on it. Yeah, the season that I know least about F1, least about what's going on. I'm like a child who's wandered into a cinema. I haven't got a clue what's going on. Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, that's all I've got. That's all I've.
Nice mix, though, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
at least we've got. When do you reckon we'll know? Then do you reckon we'll know through sprint qualifying or the actual sprint race itself? Because it'll tell everything in the sprint race itself as well.
I'm guessing the drivers will know in practice, because I think practice will show what qualifying is going to be like, because qualifying was blooming boring so far. I think sprint qualifying. You're probably right. Like it's.
Let's see. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad it's back. It's been a month.
Me too.
I'm extremely exhausted and cynical, and I feel like I've taken a battery beating for the past 4 weeks. But
eternal optimist.
Prove
mate.
me wrong.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong.
We're here to
FIA,
be
don't
wrong.
fuck it up this time, please. Let's see.
Yeah. Stop
see.
fucking
Let's
with the
have some
sport
racing.
that we love so much.
Exactly.
But give us a big V10,
Oh,
some Kers, and the best drivers in the world. That's maybe all we need.
do you know? I have to confess, the geekiest thing I've ever done was like listen to a 20-minute video, V10, V8, and V12 soundtracks just constantly on a fucking loop. That must be some like.
Is that just before you go to sleep instead of
creepy ASMR?
Yeah, that puts you to sleep. Like the some people use woodland sounds, some people use whale noises. Nah, mate.
It soothes me, mate. What can I say? It soothes me. I have to confess, I'm a secret
Nice.
V8, V10, and V12 engine
Nice.
fiddler. It's not good. It's not good.
Right, everybody. We'll catch you Monday or Tuesday after the race. Enjoy your race weekend. We hope
Enjoy.
we will be
Live in
back
optimism.
with
Yes.
some driver-style narratives to discuss
Yes.
rather than battery chat. Cheers, everybody. Take care.
See you. Bye bye.